Hello everyone, welcome back to Royalty Soaps and another soap making video. This soap is frosting free and I used a color that, well, it didn't work out entirely and you'll see why in just a minute. So without further ado, let's make some soap. I have us at a bit of a larger angle today so that hopefully you guys can see a bit more of what I'm doing. Here I have my fragrance oil blend marinating with our kaolin clay. I'm gonna set that off to the side and I'm gonna bring in our lye water solution. Gonna pour in our lye water solution very gently. Put that container away and go ahead and blend this up. Alright, and everything is just past emulsion. You guys know it's a little chillier here in North Texas, so I might have a little bit more separation than usual, but it's not a big deal, especially because there is so much blending to come. I'm gonna go ahead and pour some soap into my accent containers here. It will equal anywhere between 55 and 60 ounces. All right, so let's talk about our accent colors. First up, we have Blue Tide. This is from Mad Micas. And to anchor the Blue Tide, I'm adding just a little bit of titanium dioxide. Then we have some ultramarine blue, and we're gonna mix that with some titanium dioxide. Then we have more ultramarine blue. And we're going to mix this with black oxide. Now, just so you know, I get all of my oxides from TKB Trading. Lots of soap suppliers carry these oxides, but for the quantity I'm buying, TKB has been the best for me personally. And then for the big container, I'm actually adding a new blue. We're gonna see if I like it. This is also from TKB Trading. Awesome, I'm gonna give these a quick blend before adding my fragrance oil because my fragrance oil may rice the batter a little bit. Okay, so I went ahead and added the fragrance oil, and lucky for me, it's not ricing, but I am blending it in by hand. And once I see no oil sitting anywhere, I'm just gonna dump these colors straight into my big batch here. And then I'm not going to scrape the container. I'm going to, at least for these lighter blue colors, well, maybe for all of them now that I'm looking at it, I'm gonna keep some in my buckets so that I can add it on top of the batches. Maybe get a little bit of swirly action going on. I'm gonna pour this one into these two corners here and right there. Oh, look at that color meld. This is going to be the perfect night sky look. I'm gonna pour this batch straight into our Workshop Heritage mold after this quick commercial break. Hey guys, just wanted to talk to you real quick about one of my favorite companies, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with over 20,000 courses on everything you need to know. I personally was super interested in Skillshare from the get-go and used it to further my culinary skills, or what was really lack thereof, and now I have a little bit, okay? I made an apple pie the other day that I was really quite proud of. It was great, wasn't it, Caroline?
It was incredible.
See, Skillshare culinary skills. Honestly, all of the things that I've ever watched from Skillshare that had to do with baking specifically were very helpful. Now, more recently, I've been using Skillshare for a lot of business things. Again, I'm always trying to brush up on my Photoshop and Lightroom knowledge. I'm really trying to evolve the way that I shoot our photos here. Royalty Soaps has had the same looking photos since basically when I started, and I'm trying to experiment a little more, learn a little bit more about shadows and f-stops, etc. Skillshare has tons of amazing classes on all of that. Also, just an aside, I'm not just doing pies, I'm also trying to do cakes because Will's birthday is coming up, so I need a little bit of help. May I highly recommend the class Creative Buttercream Cakes, okay? It's by Alexandria at Fine Spun Cakes, and it's all the rage. It's the modern, like, whipped buttercream texturing. It's so beautiful. The first 1,000 people to click the link down in the description box below can get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare so you can start exploring and cultivating your creativity today. Thank you so much to Skillshare for sponsoring today's content, and without further ado, let's get back into the video. All right, let's pour. It's like the perfect consistency. I'm so thrilled. Now, the one thing I might change is that color that I used for the bottom of the soap might be way too potent. I might have to dial it back a bit. Gonna scrapey my big containy. All right, gave that a good tap. So now I'm just gonna put these accent colors on top. And to elaborate a little bit more on what I said in the intro, obviously some of the soaps this month are tied in loosely to the theme. That's kind of how it goes. There's so many designs that we could be including here, but there has just been something so special about cuddling up with my little sunny boy, looking up at the night sky, having him in my lap. He's such a cuddly boy, I'll tell you. It's honestly just warms my heart. You know, Lily was not very cuddly. She's always been super independent, going off, doing her own thing. And Lily has always been a huge fan of the moon. She used to kiss her hand and like send it off to the moon at night and say, "Good night, moon." So she has always loved the nighttime sky too, but Will loves it so much that I'm actually turning a corner of his room. It's not done yet, I'm sorry to say, but I'm turning a corner of his room into the night sky, and I'm gonna put some stars all in it so that he can use it as a reading nook. It has a little window seat in that area. He loves the night. So this nighttime sky soap really seemed to fit the theme. And I was going back and forth on what I should do at the top of this, but I do think I've decided to go with a swirl because it just needs some prettiness on the top, I think. I just think a swirl matches the vibe. I think it'll look sort of like a constellation if we do it like that. And then for the top, I have this extra chunky, eco-friendly bio glitter from The Good Glitter. You can use the code ROYALTY for 15% off because obviously I'm an affiliate for this awesome company. And then I mixed that with a little bit of hollow eco-friendly glitter. It's from Brambleberry. And I'm gonna start by putting a lot of this down the middle, but from what I can see, looks like this is gonna be a whole top look. I don't wanna overdo it, but I do want all of that blue glitter to kind of give the illusion of stars. So I will probably use an entire gram of that on this soap, though I won't use nearly as much of the hollow. Hollow, you can overdo it just because the micron size is so small. Perfect. All right, and for the final touch, I'm adding just a smidgen of our 91% rubbing alcohol because blues have a tendency to ash. And I will also be covering this mold with the wooden lid that Workshop Heritage sent me. So a lot of their molds like this come with a wooden lid, or you can opt in for that. And I always do just in case I work with a blue heavy soap. So that's what I'm gonna do. But of course, I'll bring you guys in for a close-up first. And here we are up close. You can see those blues are ravishing. They're so pigmented. I just know this completed soap bar with the stamp is going to be delectable. So we'll be back in 18 to 24 hours, and then we'll split the slab into loaves and cut the loaves into bars after this quick commercial break. Okay guys, here's our little Stargazer soap. It sure does look good today. And look, no soda ash, just the way I like it. I've lined it up with my soap cutter, Natasha, and I'm just gonna press down gently. I'm going to pull out a bar from the center here, and this is what it looks like on the inside. Now you guys know every single one of these bars is going to be unique. It's going to look different, such is the nature of an in the pot swirl, but it definitely gives me all the nighttime feels. The only thing I'm going to change about this is I am going to take out that new blue color. It's just not working for me. It's given me kind of a blueberry feel for this bar. I don't like the pigmentation, so I am going to sub that out, but all the other colors I think look really, really good. Look how cool that looks. And the fragrance on this bar is very mild. So for those who prefer something a little more subtle, this is your bar. It does have a little soapy stamp. I'm just gonna push that on real quick so that you guys can see it. I smudged it a little bit there, but you get the idea. A moon and some stars for our night sky. Ugh. I love it. I love the top too. The top is really doing it for me. This kind of reminds me of the night sky in Peter Pan. That's another one of Will's favorite movies. He loves Neverland and Peter Pan, and this kind of looks like whenever they are off to Neverland and flying through London. It's the same general idea. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I think with those edits on the recipe is really going to be a stunner. In fact, I really should take a picture of it in the finished area in Will's room that's going to look like the night sky, because it is almost the exact same shades of blue. It's honestly kind of startling. Anyway, if you want to get your paws on this bar, well, you can. The first Saturday of every month, we release our new collection, so it will be available the first Saturday of April. Be sure you do something fun for yourself today, like going out with a loved one and looking up into the night sky. See if you can identify any constellations out there, or maybe you want to go watch a documentary about this night sky and how it's changed over the years. Maybe I'm just the nerd that likes to watch documentaries, but that's what I do in my free time. I don't really care what you do, just be sure you do something fun for yourself today, and I will see you guys in the next video. So until then, bye for now. Meow.